Okay, this is an upper and lower bounds question, and the main thing that you need to remember about upper and lower bounds questions is whatever it's measured to the nearest your quantity, you have to add and subtract half of that quantity. So we're told that she walks to school, and the distance is 2.8 kilometers to the nearest 0.1 kilometer. So to find the upper and lower bounds, we're going to add and subtract half of 0.1 kilometers, which is 0.05 kilometers. Okay, she walks at 5 kilometers per hour, and that's correct to the nearest kilometer per hour, correct to the nearest one. So we're going to add and subtract half of 1, which is 0.5 kilometers per hour. So I'm going to write, very important to realize that if you're going to do a calculation using those, the first thing you need to do is have upper and lower bounds for the quantities that you're given. So first of all, the distance that she walks to school, I'll write it as an inequality, is going to be between 2.8 plus 0.05 and 2.8 minus 0.05. So the upper bound is 2.85 kilometers and the lower bound is 2.75 kilometers. And her speed, okay, so that's 5 to the nearest 1, so actually it's going to be, sorry, the wrong way around, it's going to be between 5.5 kilometers per hour and 4.5 kilometers per hour. The question says calculate the upper bound for the time that she takes to walk to school. So we need to know the relationship between speed, distance and time. So I'm going to use the DST triangle. So that's multiply, that's divide. So if we want to find the time, if we look at this, we cover up t, we're left with d divided by s. So the time taken is going to be the distance divided by the speed. Now, the distance is going to be measured in kilometers. The speed is going to be measured in kilometers per hour, which means the time that we're going to get is going to be in hours. So we mustn't forget that. Now, we've got to work out the upper bound for the time. So we're trying to work out the maximum time. So the maximum time, or the upper bound for the time, is going to be found by dividing the maximum distance by the minimum speed. So when you do a division, the way to get the highest possible answer is to do a big number divided by a small number. So the maximum distance that she could possibly have walked to school is 2.85. The minimum speed is going to be the 4.5 kilometers per hour. Okay, so that's kilometers per hour. Remember, that's in kilometers. Now that gives us 0.63 recurring, but that is in hours. Now if we want to make that into hours, we need to take the time in hours. So let's say, for example, you had 0.5 hours, you would multiply by 60 to get 30 minutes. So half an hour is 30 minutes. In this case, we're going to do 0.63 recurring, so you've got that from your calculator, multiplied by 60 is going to give you minutes, and if we work that out, it comes out as 38 minutes.